Have you ever wondered if you care too much or not enough about what other people think of you? What other people think about me is none of my business. Which honestly, I do love that mantra because it is a great way to separate self worth from external validation. But sometimes what other people think of you might be constructive feedback. So, how do you tell when to care and when not to? Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but thank you so much for tuning into episode 11 of Dee-Tells. I am Dee, and I'm here to tell you my thoughts on some relatable Soulitude life topics. Soulitude is my upcoming lifestyle brand aimed to align your inner self with your outer world, exploring ways to live in harmony with your soul's purpose while cultivating the attitude to express it confidently in the world. In today's video, I'm going to break down when feedback is worth listening to and when it's just noise worth tuning out. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has had sleepless nights replaying negative comments that ate away at your self-esteem, basically haunting you, making you start to question your own self-worth. And so many of us had to train ourselves to not care about what other people think about us as a form of survival, especially nowadays because comments are pouring in from everywhere, strangers online, coworkers, friends, family. And when we care too much, we get trapped into living up to other people's expectations. But when we care too little, it can actually block us from our own growth. But finding that balance can be a little tricky. So here's the gem. Living a Soulitude life is all about self-discovery. So a great way to interpret feedback isn't necessarily to tune everything out, but rather to tune in to the feedback that aligns with your higher self. If you think about feedback as an actual sound, not all feedback is clarity, right? Some of it is just static noise that literally blocks your signals and makes it where you can't even hear your own voice. So your job is not to listen to every sound, it's to tune in to the messages that you need. So I want to give you a strategy on how you can self-check if the feedback given is worth tuning into. Remember the acronym S.P.A and try to think of it maybe in the sense that constructive feedback can be a form of self-care if you know how to filter it with discernment. So when you're wondering if the feedback is worth taking to heart, ask yourself these 3 questions. S stands for source. So the first question is, does this person have my best interest at heart? As we know, sometimes we get feedback from complete strangers, passerbyers, people that don't know us really well, so who cares what they think? But when you have people in your inner circle, people that you know care about your growth, maybe their opinions should hold a little bit more weight. P stands for pattern. So the second question is, have I heard this more than once from a trusted voice? Again, trusted voices are that inner circle. So if you know that these people have seen your patterns and you know that they care about you, if you've heard this from multiple people that know you very well, maybe it's something worth considering. A stands for alignment. So the third question is, does this feedback align with who I want to be? And I love that one. A great example that came to mind was I was watching this reality show band type of show, and there was a group of 3 girls, and one of the girls was this total stereotypical of a mean girl. And the girls have been working with her for some time and told her, hey, it's really hard to give you feedback. It's really hard to talk to you. And we try to share our opinions. You're really aggressive. You don't consider them. And the girl started crying. And she's like, you guys are just making me out to seem like I'm such this mean person. Like I'm not. And, this, that, and the other. And so, in that moment, that would be a great opportunity for her to hear that feedback and explore ways that maybe her delivery could align a little bit better with her intention. Overall, we all have qualities that we can improve on to become the best version of ourselves. So when you ask yourself the SPA questions and the answer is yes, or the answer is true, then I think that's a beautiful thing. And it's a great opportunity if you have people in your life that can help you achieve that vision of yourself. But as we know, not all feedback comes with the objective to help you be the best version of yourself. And some of it is just a projection of that person's own fears, biases, and insecurities, even when they're a part of your inner circle. So I also want to give you some ways that you can decipher if feedback is just a projection. So the first thing to do is check the facts and ask yourself, is this feedback based on a real life example or just an assumption? The second thing to do is check the source. Does the feedback reflect more about that person's own fears than your actual reality? The third thing to ask yourself is this feedback emotionally charged with no real direction? Basically, is this person just venting? The fourth thing to do is to compare the pattern. So has this been echoed by trusted voices in the past, or is this a solo opinion? And the fifth thing to do is to check the values. This can be taken two different ways. One approach is looking at, are they judging you based on a rule book that they don't even follow? Basically, like, are they being hypocritical with their judgment? Or the second way to look at it is, or are they judging you based on values that you don't have? Because at the end of the day, people share different values. After you ask yourself those questions, based on the answers, you should be able to better decipher if that feedback is valid or if it's just a projection. And if after you ask yourself all those questions, if you're still unsure, because sometimes that happens, sometimes it's a loved one, a family member, you're like, I know they love me, I know they care about me, like, how do I know if I should embody this? The ultimate question at the end of the day is, if I embody this feedback, does it bring me closer to my higher self or further away? Because what's important to remember is that constructive feedback leads to self-awareness and it leads to empowerment, while projections lead to shame and self-doubt. So that's really what it boils down to. If you embody the feedback, does it bring you closer to your highest self? Those were the details for today, and I hope that you, after watching this, feel like you have some tangible ways that you can filter when to care about what people think about you and when not to. Ooh, and in the comments, I would love if you guys wanted to talk about a time when you took constructive feedback and it changed you for the better, or maybe a time when you didn't listen to feedback and felt completely freed by it, or if there was even a time when you did take feedback that was just a projection, and how did that make you feel inside? I would love to hear all of your feedback in the comments, and if you did like today's video, please give it a thumbs up and share this with anyone else that you think might like the video. And you already know, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so that you can be alerted when the next video posts, because as we know, I'm a little inconsistent, so you don't want to miss out. You want to be alerted when the next video comes up. And I just thank you all that watched this video and continue to support me. God bless you all and continue to live a Soulitude life. Until next time.